Welcome back. Today's the day that I'm going to work on the interior to my house. So currently at the moment, there's nothing inside. Yeah, it's kind of empty. It's just last episode we made the house and hang on a minute, that's really loud in my ear. That's better. That was really loud. Yeah, I basically made a mock-up of what I want to do, and I've done that in a creative world. So I've been busy collecting some resources for the interior. Why do I not have my helmet on? There we go. Which I will show you a little collection of videos of me doing that right now. So yeah, essentially the first thing that I need to do is sort out the floor because currently there is none. I'm gonna do kind of a mixture of granite and mud. So I've got the granite already, but I don't have the mud yet. So that's my first task is to sort out getting the mud. And yeah, so I will meet you back when I've sorted that out. I'm currently competing with the Wandering Trader and the Rain, but I've got the mud and the granite. I've also dug out this bottom layer. I realized I'd like built over a cave, so yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. But essentially, yeah, I'm just gonna have I think the majority of it's gonna be mud brick and then like kind of gradient into sort of granite as we go along. I don't really have like a plan as such. I'm just gonna kind of go with it. I'm thinking maybe like some granite along this wall, maybe. Sort of a bit like that. Ooh. Trying not to fall in. As she does. Then I think maybe some mud brick to kind of gradient out might be nice. Yeah, that's good. Sort of like this looks nice. Then I'm thinking I might put a bit of granite out here as well. Kind of, actually. I'm just gonna have mud in this corner. I think that looks fine. Like this. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, like I say, it's not really supposed to be anything too crazy. But yeah, something like that. Looks fine. And it'll look okay as well when I add everything in at the end also. So that's our floor done. Then let's kind of get on to adding a couple more features. So I'm going to add it in some windows, door, and then also add in like a couple beams and stuff to sort of separate out the spaces. All right, so first off, I'm going to add a couple windows in. So I'm actually just going to knock out a few holes like so. And then I think I'm gonna add a door. So here, let's say about here. Might change. Um, yeah, looks good. This adds in a little bit more light, and also so that we can see more. So there, like that, and then do I have signs? No, I don't. It's fine. Could put this in on the other side. And this is just in the same style as the window on the front, just to kind of keep it consistent. Then a door here leading out to the back. Right, so I'm gonna go grab the signs while I think about it, otherwise... Oh, I did have them. I mean, there isn't really a reason why I'm putting the signs on, I just think it looks nice. That's as simple as it is. Done. Nice. Okay. So for the inside, I'm going to kind of make a few beams on the inside so that it sort of compartmentalizes the house a little bit, so then we can kind of use it a bit more. So essentially, I don't really know how tall. I suppose 4 would probably be good. No. I do like that. And this also will allow us to make an upstairs. So we can use more of the space essentially, because obviously it's quite a small house. So we've got to keep that in mind. Now making the beams out of spruce. And this is because, well, 1, I like spruce. But 2, I think it just looks good in with the stone. You know, to kind of follow with the style that we're already going for. So at the moment I'm just like laying out the beams. And then what I'll also do is I will like strip the logs, and that's just because it looks nicer and kind of also less dark, because obviously you can see at the moment having the spruce sort of kind of like this, it's very dark, whereas take my shield off. You can see that's kind of a lot better. You can like actually see the definition of the logs, which is nice. So I'm just going to go around it and strip the logs. Just like this. and make sure on both sides that they're done. Okay, like that. So this is creating like one room here, and then kind of another room sort of here. Oop, I might put a beam across here actually as well. Yeah. Now I don't have enough spruce trapdoors to complete it, but I will show you what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to, oop, essentially I'm creating a ceiling out of trapdoors. One, because it kind of creates definition between the wall, the beam, and the ceiling. It creates extra height without kind of affecting the upstairs. Now that I've run out of trapdoors, I need to go make some more. Also, sorry if you can hear my laptop. The fan is going quite high because it's probably overheating. It's been so warm recently, that like I haven't even wanted to turn my laptop on because it's just gonna like overheat. So I apologize if you can hear it suffering. Okay, I'm also gonna put some, oops, put that torch back. I'm gonna put some through here, like this. I need a beam. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the downstairs. Oh, I should probably add a gap to get upstairs. This is what the rooms are looking like. Currently unfurnished, but this is the kind of vibe that we're going for. I need to go inside before it gets dark, otherwise I'm going to be terrorized by mobs. 2 seconds. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add onto the back a little bit more detail because at the moment it's a little bit bland. At least we've got a door now, which is quite nice. But I'm gonna add like a window up here. So no, it's okay. I thought I put the door in the wrong place. Okay. So essentially, I'm going to add a little overhang to the roof just to make it a little bit more prominent in the wall, and add sort of a couple walls. I think the terrain will probably change at some point, so yeah, don't worry too much about that. Okay, and then in terms of the window, it might be easier if we do this from up top. So inside, let's add a couple ladders. Okay, this is what the upstairs is looking like. So quite a lot of space. And we're gonna add a window up here. So here, I guess, in the center, I think looks nice. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna create like a kind of, I might need to make this bigger actually. Like a little triangle. Like this. And then I'm actually going to bring these walls up one more. Like that. And then also poke a hole for a window. Because that's kind of what we're doing. And Then I can't get out. Hang on. No, wait. Okay. Now I'm just gonna add the roof. The roof. So I'm gonna get rid of those. Sure. Deep slate. Like this. That's quite simple. Oop. I'm gonna need. I have to get some slabs. I'll be back. There we go. Just like that. Then we're gonna add in. Actually, I want to do that from the outside. Oh, we're gonna add in the window. Let's do that from the outside. So it's looking. Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, I don't have any. I need to find a jungle so that I can get bamboo to make some scaffold. There we go. And then just to decorate it a little bit, I'm gonna add a couple signs. Just to add a bit of interest. Okay, and then we can look at that from back here. Yep. I mean, it's simple, but it kind of just adds a little bit more to the back of the house because before there was nothing. And also it adds a bit more space upstairs, and adds in a window so that we can have some light, which is nice. Okay, so we've got the outside done, we've got the beams on the inside done, we've added some extra windows, we've done the floor. Now, essentially, it's a case of decorating. So, like I said, I've already got it kind of mocked up in a creative world, so it will just kind of be a case of copy and paste. But yeah, I'll probably will do it and then talk through afterwards. That might be the easiest. Okay, guys, the interior has been finished. Well, okay, it's sort of finished. There's probably a few things that I will change or add, um, mostly constricted by the fact that I don't have these items yet, but it's kind of complete. So I'll take you on a little tour inside. So in here we've got a little entranceway. I've got some shelves, maybe for some quick storage on like some items that I use quite a lot. A nice little painting. Then we move over here, which is a kind of storage area. This is a bookshelf. It will have books in the future. I just don't have them yet. So I'm gonna put some stuff in these barrels. And then a little bit of decor to kind of pull it together. I don't know, I just picked things that looked nice. Then onto the main room. So this is my main function room. So we've got like crafting table, anvil. We've got some furnaces, smoker, grindstone, if I need it. Some more storage. This is a loom. Some random hanging signs because I thought it looked nice. Stone cutter. Almost forgot what that was. Crafter. This is like completely useless, but it just looked cool, so I added it in. Um, yeah, I've got some vines and like mossy cobblestone going on. To kind of like make this place look a little bit sort of run down and kind of not abandoned, but like more not well kept, I suppose. And that will become more obvious upstairs. So then this is just the door to the outside. I've got a little pot because I don't know. I think these pots look really cute. So I kind of put them everywhere. I've got one in here and then one out the front as well, which you can't really see. Okay, and then so upstairs, it's a little bit more dark and dingy. At the moment, there's not a huge amount going on. I think I'll probably change a few things. So, like the color of the bed, it's just white at the moment. Looks like a hospital bed. So I think I might want to change it to maybe green or red or something, or maybe even brown. It might be a bit too brown in here though. I've got a candle. Might add a couple more. I ran out of string and didn't really feel like fighting more spiders. Uh, yeah. So then I've got like some hanging roots. There's no real reason why I added these. I just think like they add a bit of atmosphere and dimension to the upstairs. It just kind of looks a bit more sort of old. And I quite like that. I'm gonna add so you'll see in here I've got some glow lichen on the wall. I'm gonna add some more like out here. Oops. Um yeah, to kind of add to the sort of overgrown effect. Uh it is nighttime. Wow, that is actually really cute. I didn't even think about the fact that that was a south-facing window, west-facing window. And the rain. Oh, I don't want to sleep now. First night in my new house. Woo! Uh, yeah. Anyway, so you can kind of like flip open the trap door to look out. I might make a bit more of a view here. Make use of that. But yeah. Anyway, so over here, I'm gonna have a banner to kind of separate the kind of main bedroom from essentially what is another storage room. So again, more barrels, shelves, and this is a cartography table. Fortunately, the way that it's configured, all the details like not on this side, which is annoying, and it's like you can't make it directional. It's always faces the same direction, which is annoying. Yeah, more hanging roots, glow lichen, to add some light. I wanted it to be kind of dark and dingy in the house. Um, but also provide enough light that I can actually see. So yeah, but I think overall I'm quite happy with this interior. Um, like I say, I kind of struggle a bit with interiors because I don't really know what looks good, but I don't know. I think I mocked this up in creative, and yeah, I think it'll do for now. At least it's better than the cave. Put it that way. Um, but yeah, with that, essentially the house is kind of complete, which is quite nice. Um, so all that's really left now to do is to put all of my stuff from in the cave into my house, and I can properly move in. Yippee! Wow, would you look at that? The cave is empty. There is nothing left in here. It's kind of sad to see my first little home all gone, but it's very exciting to move on to the new house. Um, I'm definitely gonna have to make a staircase going up here because it's so tedious running up and down that hill. But ignore the Kate Bush song reference. Um, but yeah, I've moved everything now into my new house. It's become very apparent that I'm going to have to make a storage system at some point because, yeah, I'm already very full of stuff. Every single chest has got things in it. Even these shelves. So yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely sort out a storage solution to that, but it kind of functions at the moment. I think sorting out a storage place was kind of inevitable at some point, but yeah. But anyway, I had an idea for my little signs. I thought, why not organize my ideas and put a to-do list on my wall? I feel like that would be quite helpful. It'll also kind of help you guys see where my brain is sort of going um, each time. And yeah, any suggestions that people might make it onto, my signs to make in the future. So I think the only appropriate thing to do first is to add on storage. Done. So I know that at the top of my list is my storage. So I know that that's something that I need to sort out at some point. But another thing I'm going to add onto my list is animals. Because at the moment, as you might have seen, I've got my wheat farm and my sugarcane farm. And that is it. So yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can get some more animals, so like sheep, cows, chickens, pigs, so that I can get a nice stable source of food, as well as I think my priority is probably going to be sheep and cows because using the wool is super helpful, as well as leather. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that in this episode or next episode. Depends how long this video already is. But I'm going to go find myself some animals so that I can have resources. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what this game is all about. Yeah. Anyway, it's getting dark, so gonna munch on some dinner. Oh. And as you might have noticed in the time lapse, I put the map in here for now. It probably would have been in a more prominent place, but I didn't like how like bright it was. So at some point I might make a dedicated room for the map, like a big map room. And when I explore more, then, I'll make it bigger and make it a whole feature. But at the moment, our map's just in here, in our little storage closet. um, yeah, but it's getting dark, as you can see. So I'm gonna head to bed.